everybody. Thanks for listening to On the Podcast, a short episode format podcast that you can listen to or watch while you're doing your business on the pod. Or maybe you have an Uber ride somewhere and you have chosen Uber Comfort.
Oh, you fancy.
It's only like a couple dollars more.
I'm like, as long as I'm not in the car with strangers, I don't care.
Oh, yeah.
Show up, drive like a crazy person. That's what I expect.
Sometimes I'm just not feeling the conversation, so I'm like, please don't talk to me. Please. It's only a couple dollars more. Honestly, I'll pay it. I don't care. But
Okay.
if you want to make it even more so that they're not going to talk to you, or even more awkward that you've chosen them not to talk to you, put on an episode of our podcast and learn a little while you get to your destination safely.
Or
not.
ask them to play the podcast.
Actually, yeah. I've never done that. I've never asked for an Uber driver to play something of mine, even though
No,
they're
me
like,
neither.
if you have any preference. I'm just like, I love your music.
Anyway,
I'm Liz.
and I'm Katie. Hey, Liz.
Hey, Katie.
What are we talking about today?
Oh, Katie, I have a tale for you.
Ooh, okay. A good one? A bad one? Scary, sad, happy, excited?
I would say neither scary nor sad nor happy
All
nor
right.
excited.
No, well, none of the above.
I would say it's a tale. That's all I have.
All right.
That's all I have for you.
Let's dive in.
You might be like open mouth, open eye emoji.
Oh, all right. I like those.
Yeah, that's what this is. Okay, so this is the story of Tonda Dickerson. Okay, so Tonda Dickerson was a 27, 28-year-old waitress at a Waffle House in Grand Bay, Alabama in 1999.
Is this the Waffle House that some senior Trump official transported to?
No.
Did you
What?
see that?
No.
I can't remember who it was. I think it's like the acting Department of Homeland Security, a guy that they haven't sworn in yet, said that he transported to a Waffle House, like, you know.
Through teleportation.
Yeah,
or whatever.
teleported.
Huh.
Anyway.
Interesting.
Waffle House. You get the weirdest people at Waffle Houses.
Can you imagine, though, if, like, the reason the weirdest people are at Waffle Houses are because they are, like, portals? And that's
That
how
would
you...
explain so much.
And that's how you, like, teleport places is through a Waffle House? Think about it.
Okay, all right, tell me more.
Okay.
And the end.
Okay.
See you next week.
Yeah, the end. That's all you need to think about. So she was divorced and she worked, 5 shifts a week.
Yeah.
Enough to pay the bills. There was this guy named Edward Seward who was a regular, and he was a long haul truck driver, and he pretty much always tipped with like a lottery ticket.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, and lottery was illegal in Alabama, but he would, buy these tickets like on his travels, and he'd bring them and, leave it as like a little tip. So one of these days he tips Tonda, and the numbers were announced a week later. This was the Florida Lotto, and she ended up winning. She had a winning ticket, and she won $10 million.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm sure you're going to cover this, but in a situation like that, like, do you have to give him some money because
we're gonna cover that
ticket? Like, when in situations where people are like, oh, let's split a ticket and, we'll all go in together. And I'm like, that's going to get messy.
Yep.
Ooh, okay. All right.
Yep.
$10 million. That's a lot of
So
money.
$10 million in 1999 is around like $20 million today. That is a ton of money. That's great.
Yeah.
She decided to receive the smaller amounts over 30 years rather than like a lump sum.
Lump sum, man. No, you go with the lump sum. You don't know if they're going to go out of business.
I never thought about that.
Yeah.
Well, to your point, her fellow servers lawyered up.
Ooh.
Because they claimed that they had all agreed at one point to split the winnings if any one of them had ever received a winning ticket from Edward. And she was like, no, we never actually talked about that.
Yeah. If it's not in writing, it doesn't exist.
So they ended up going to court.
Yeah.
There was like a witness that was brought that was claimed to be a customer that had overheard them talking about this. And Tonda was like, no, that person's like hired or whatever.
Yeah.
Well, she ended up losing that court case.
She did?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
And she opted not to settle for $3 million. She actually appealed it to the Alabama state courts.
That's crazy. Also, I think I would do the same thing.
Well, just wait. They ended up overturning it.
Yeah.
Because gambling was not because it was tied to gambling, it was not enforceable by Alabama law because Alabama law didn't allow for gambling at the time.
Loopholes.
Yeah. So you got to make sure you're doing this in a state where gambling is illegal, right? Well, that's not the end of her woes.
Yeah.
Edward, in 2002, also lawyers up, claiming that she had promised to buy him a truck with her winnings if she won.
Man. Okay, it's like having a conversation, and I say, Liz, what would you do if you won the lottery? And you say, Katie, what would you do? And I say, oh, I would buy you a truck, Liz. Or I would we'll go on vacation together. Like, none of that's happening.
So that was more or less like the court ended up tossing out the case, and that was more or less the deciding factor. Because yes, there was an oral binding agreement here. However, the argument was that the ticket itself is only worth a piece of paper.
Yeah.
That there was no way to hold up this end of if you're going to win millions of dollars, unless it was in writing.
Yeah.
It wasn't.
Yeah.
That you were actually going to do it. So they ended up tossing out the case. Well, that same week, Tonda's ex-husband, Stacy Martin, finds out about this case, finds out about the money.
Yeah.
And he ends up attacking Tonda while she's driving in Mississippi. Mind you, he had just been released from... This was in 2002. He'd just been released from jail in December of 2001.
Okay.
Related to a break-in of her house.
Oof.
Yeah, cool.
Bad news.
Yeah, so while she's driving in Mississippi, he attacks her, and then
Yikes.
he forced her to drive to this remote area in Bayou Heron. He told her that he was going to kill her and take all of her money.
Yikes. Also, I don't think people realize, you can't just take someone's money. I'm sure, I would hope, especially since she's gone through 2 court cases, this money is in a trust or in a bank account or I don't think it's under her pillow.
I mean, this guy was they got divorced because he was abusive. He's clearly an asshole.
Yeah.
I think people who are like that just don't think clearly, and they think that they can just kill somebody, take all their money. And move and run, and they
never be caught.
And they knew that the court cases weren't gonna rule in their favor, so whatever. Psychopath. Anyway, so somebody has a phone. I don't know whose phone this is because I read 2 conflicting reports of it. It was his phone or it was her phone.
Yeah.
But basically, a phone rings, and she goes to grab the phone and reaches into her bag and pulls out a gun. Because she'd been carrying this gun, since her divorce, basically.
Yeah, okay.
And she points the gun at him, at her ex-husband, and he, kind of leaps towards her, tries to get the gun, tries to get the gun from her.
While they're driving? Or have they, pulled over?
They must have pulled over or something. And in the scuffle, she ends up accidentally shooting him in the chest.
And killing him?
No, he survives. And he's still, is saying, he's going to kill her and all this, whatever. She manages to convince him to go to the hospital to go get treated for his injury. And so he goes. She ends up driving. And then by the time that they got to the hospital, the cops arrived and they ended up arresting him. Now, he never got charged with this crime. I don't know. But, yeah. Anyway.
Maybe she didn't press charges. I don't know.
I don't know.
I would press charges.
I don't know. It might be hearsay or something. I don't know. Well, on top of all of that, she also had this years-long legal battle with the IRS.
Because of the money?
Yeah. Because they claimed she owed $1 million in taxes for gift funds for gifting this money to her family members.
Yeah.
It settled in 2012. She won this money in 1999.
God.
She'd been battling with the IRS for 13 years and ultimately ended up paying them $700,000. Yeah. Now our girl Tonda today, she still gets the little payments here and there. And she works at a casino as a blackjack and poker dealer, and that's kind of it. She just lives like a quiet life now.
Yeah. All right, 2 lessons learned from this.
A lot of lessons.
A lot of lessons. 2 major ones. 1, don't play the lottery.
Well.
2, if you play the lottery and you win, hire a lawyer immediately. And maybe hire somebody to, take care of your money or the IRS or...
For sure. But also, she didn't play the lottery. This dude tipped her with a lotto ticket.
Yeah, I know, but if you win the lotto, if you are gifted a lotto ticket and you win...
Yeah, hey, I agree. I have 3 other warning stories. Very short.
Okay, all right.
This is just beware. For this reason, this is why you hire professionals to handle your money, handle everything, whatever. We have the sad story of Amanda Clayton, who won $1 million, and she continued to claim food stamps. She ended up being charged with welfare fraud and then overdosed and died a year later.
Oh, no.
That's sad. Then we have William Post, who won $16.2 million in 1988, which is a good chunk of change. He ended up getting sued by his ex, and the ex hired his brother. His ex asked his brother to hire a hitman to kill him.
Oh, God. Yikes.
And he ended up dying broke and obviously estranged from his family.
Yeah.
And then we have, this is fun, Michael Carroll, who won £10 million and spent it all on drugs, sex workers, and a demolition derby in his backyard. So, yes.
There's that news clip floating around from a few years ago of a reporter on the street live, and this was her fault because you shouldn't ask this question live. Hey, a record-breaking jackpot, whatever. What would you do with this money? And there's a man that says cocaine and hookers on live TV. Oh, classic. Okay. After those 3, just don't play the lottery. It's not worth it.
I mean, to each their own.
Or maybe just don't tell anybody if you win.
Exactly.
Not your husband, not your best friend.
Own. There's this theory out there that you are only built to sustain as much wealth as you think you are to sustain. And so if you live in this space where, you're a waitress, a server at Waffle House and you win $10 million, your life will just end up back where you're in that same position. And she kind of is. She's a, casino dealer because life has its way of
no, knocking you down.
Yep. So, I don't know.
Okay. Thanks, Liz.
You're welcome.
So what's that inside my body?
Some lucky numbers.
No, man. Not playing.
And a little bit of knowledge.
All right. See you next time.
Bye.